off, we can start off with the Coreopsis Goldilocks. As you can see, it's can full. This beautiful Coreopsis has tiny buds on it. It's full of buds, so it will have a beautiful yellow striking flower to it. We do have quite a bit of this still. As we don't see it on the screen, we are trying to put some quantities on how many you got of this variety left. But like I said, as you can see, it's can full, beautiful foliage, and it's just ready to go on someone's lot. Next picture, please. The next is the Rose Easy Elegance series. Basically, Rose Easy Elegance always got to compete against the knockout series and stuff like that, but we still got some good 19s available. If your customer is looking for some, these are the ones that basically are in buds. Just if you're getting ready to shoot some color, this is a great time to get these up there to your customers. It's got some great shelf life on them. So if your customer is still looking for some, these are the varieties you want to aim for. As you can see, they are ready and beautiful flowers coming up.
So the one thing with Easy Elegance, we've talked about this in the past, but for anyone that's new, Easy Elegance is a program that was put together by Bailey Nurseries. That's why it's in first edition pots, Easy Elegance pots. They had a rose breeder there, and this was selections that were made. So these plants are typically a little bit hardier than most. Bailey's, for anyone who doesn't know, is in Minnesota. So they've done a lot of trials. I wouldn't go out and say these are all zone 4 plants, but they are hardy. They are relatively disease resistant, similar to knockouts. You can see here on these plants are nice clean foliage. They do a good job of blooming. I know years ago when we had them, I took a few home, and despite neglect and abuse, they are still alive. So, so just throw that out there. There's a lot of breeding work that was done on these plants, and they do a good job for landscapes.
Next, I wanted to show the 3 varieties of sedums that we have. These are flats. This is Sangria.
Come on, don't you drink?
Merlot. Thank you. Merlot. So as you can see, all 3 of these varieties are flat full. Danny does have these varieties on the hot list. We still got some really good numbers on this. Haven't been selling too many of these. We'd like to see these gone. But like something is one of those varieties is sort of lost because we got so many of the 19 centimeters, but we don't want to forget about these flats. Next picture, please. We got the sunny after 8s and the Azores. These varieties right here are still in buds. These are not in the cooler. These are varieties we can later on in the season. But as you can see, we still got some good varieties for this. For those who might miss out on lilies, like I said, they are full of buds. They haven't cracked color. This is the perfect time to try to get these out because you got some great shelf life, and you, like I said, beautiful foliage for this variety. So if you got some customers that are looking still for lilies, aim for these 2 varieties right here. You will get some good results from this because they're not in flower yet. Next picture, please.
So these 2 lilies are Oriental types, unlike the Asiatics that you had before. These actually, I'll correct David on this one, were came prior to the Asiatics. You need about 90 to 100 days to get them to bloom. And these are also the real fragrant ones, unlike the Asiatics, which don't have much fragrance. So keep that in mind with these.
Hydrangeas. We've been every week we're always talking about hydrangeas, but we want to continue doing that because in fact you go ahead and scroll down. This is the next selection of hydrangeas that's looking absolutely gorgeous. They are at the prime time to sell. They got great shelf life on them, and they're full of buds and blooms on them. So if you still got some customers who are picky, who are just looking for something they could believe they could do some quick sales, draw some attention from other customers, these are the very hydrangeas you want to aim for. Like I said, bud and bloom, just the perfect size, and they're just starting to crack color. Great shelf life. You can't go wrong with these varieties right here. We will continue showing these as they go on, because we would really like to see these gone. And this is, like I said, this is the best stage to be selling these hydrangeas at this moment. Caitlin's got another setup for the next pictures of the hydrangeas.
So these are they're in the bloomables pots, the akadama or macadamia, as we refer to it in the inventory team, and the cherry explosion. The akadama are a little bit further behind than the cherry explosion, but both have bud and bloom. And then if you scroll down a little bit, this is what Jeff was talking about. The tilt-a-swirl are pink. They come in green. Once they're fully bloomed, they're more of like a green with a pink tinge to it.
This is a newer variety. I would probably give this plant 2 to 3 weeks. Its claim to fame is it opens green, and then you can see some of them fading to pink in there. They have good flowers are good at this point. Everything, is good on these. I would give them at least 2 to 3 weeks, and that's going to hinge on what the weather does. Rain's not going to impact these. I know there's some rain coming next week and rain this weekend, but they are under cover at this point. The other thing that, like Kelly said, they are sturdy. This is not like your endless summer. If the endless summer flower was out this far open, I'd tell the team to take it off inventory because it just flop open. So
you're also able to see the difference between the foliage and the flower on there. So it's not like the flower blends in with the foliage. The flower is actually standing out to you also, especially with that pink. So it's a really interesting variety. And next slide, please. The Perovskia. We have 2 different varieties, the denim and lace and the blue jean baby. We sold through really nicely on, what was the other variety?
Little spires.
Yeah, little spires. So we sold through those really fast. That was fantastic. But these are real nice, handful. If you're looking for something that's going to smell a little bit more minty in your garden, Perovskia is fantastic. This is one of my favorite varieties. And you get those lavender colored blue flowers on them once they flush out. These are a little bit more resistant to flop. So they're going to point pretty much straight up and they are going to spread. So we have lots available in here, almost 2,000 of each. And next slide, please. We sold through quite a few of the Hemercalis. This is a variety that we haven't sold through everything yet. We still have about 300 available. There's no buds on them quite yet, but they are pretty full. They're well rooted. And they get a really awesome flower purple. And then we have the yellow edges that are rippled. But these are absolutely fantastic once they open up, and you are going to get a lot of buds on that one spike once they do produce spikes. And next slide, please. The Amsonia hubrichti. These are, to me, it almost looks like a fern, but they do spread really well once you put it in your flower beds in your gardens. For some reason, my mom planted these. I don't know if it was just on a whim, and it's turned into the cat bed. So she likes to bury herself in the middle of the Amsonia. And then we see the cat amongst the beautiful little blue flowers at the tips there. So this is another interesting variety. They look really cool, especially when it's breezy. They like to blow over a lot, not flop, just blow with the wind. But nice blue flowers at the tips there, a little bit of a fluffier foliage. Next picture, please. We already had a few crops of Dicentra on. This is the next one that's ready to go. Cupid, a lighter pink little flower there. Basically just a super consistent crop with the Cupids. Not a whole lot else on that one, but they do like to be in sort of a wet environment. If you put them in too dry of soil, they are going to burn out on you, but these look fantastic right now. And the last one I have for you is the Hosta Francie, and I basically put this on there because we still have almost 4,500 of these on the ground. They are perfect. They are retail ready right now. We have probably 4 houses full of these guys, maybe 2 houses full of these, but there's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. Nice full foliage, a little bit of a yellow variation all around the outside. Great garden filler.
So the one for today is the Esculus Sport McNair. These just went on inventory a couple days ago. These are in a 15-gallon. This is the first year, as far as I can tell, we do them in a 15. Is that correct?
We've done it before.
Okay. So it's been a while, but as you can see, these things are in full flower. They look gorgeous. I talked to Chiz this morning. He is not going to trim these. He's going to let these things go a little bit longer, see what you guys can do to sell and move these before we do go through and clean them up.